Boom, what's good, people? Quick update. What's it been like? Yeah, we had a storm in the UK over the weekend, Storm Amy. Everything was blowing about. It was crazy. The wind was strong. But in general, at the end of this week, actually this whole week, one thing I've noticed is this is a weird thing. When I do meditation at night, normally my meditations don't last longer than 20 minutes. Maybe they last 10 to 15 minutes. But in the past, when I first started doing meditation, and when I used to feel really good benefits, I used to do over 20 minutes of meditation, 20 to 30 minutes. And one thing that I've realized after start doing it this week, last week just passed, is it started to make me feel not depressed, but kind of burnt out. And I think that's what happened to me this weekend. Because basically, what happens is that during those times when I meditate over 20 minutes, I oversleep. It's weird. It's like if meditation causes my body or brain to dream more and to want to sleep more. So when I wake up, I don't feel rested, which is bizarre. But when I meditate less than 20 minutes, I don't feel that heavy need to sleep more. My theory is that this is a wall I need to push through. So that once I've done maybe 2 weeks in a row of 20 minutes every night, then my body's like, okay, I've gotten over those traumas. Because that's another thing that happens to me. I dream about the past. I dream about school. I dream about things that I haven't dreamt about, people I haven't thought about in years. So maybe it's the body processing emotional trauma and going through that. That's my theory. So once you've gotten through that block, then the body's processed that emotion until another time when it's got to process more emotion. That's my theory, and that's why I've been feeling burnt out. And that basically, the end of this week, I reached the point where I just, like yesterday, I could not be asked to do a thing. I literally just binge watched TV and stuff. Just didn't do anything. Ate pizza, very unhealthy. I was just basically just lazy as heck. And after yesterday's session of binging and just being, yeah, just being free, today I woke up. I was tired because I went to bed late. Um, and I had like maybe 6.5 hours sleep because I had to go to the gym. But today I feel good in general. I don't feel this pressure, this feeling of burnout, this feeling of. I think it's also because I've done a lot of stuff. I've got stuff out of the way. I had to have a house inspection, and then I had an interview, which is on my mind. I didn't prepare for it. They were saying there's going to be these questions which are like star, situation, task, action, result, which is a way to answer interview questions, but it was nowhere near that. It was technical questions, which is what I prefer because I could just talk about my knowledge. Um, those things out of the way, and tomorrow I've got two more interviews. But yeah, it's just for me. I feel much calmer today. I don't feel that pressure. In the gym, I felt okay. I didn't feel too bad in the gym. I was tired. I was breathing heavy. Yeah, that's what happens when you go to bed late. It messes up your breathing. For me, it messes up my breathing. Sprint training. I did some sprint training today. Another suicide session, back and forth. I'm a lot fitter than I was last week. I was able to do them and not breathe too heavily, and I was able to do it again. I'm getting a lot fitter than I expected, much quicker than I expected, which is good. Benefits I'm already starting to see. You can see even here. This is something I haven't seen in a long time. These wrinkles here, I call them the toughness wrinkles. I haven't seen them in years. I tend to get them when my skin's really tight and I'm starting to get really strong. So that's a good sign. And you can even see this. Obviously, I've shaved my face, but in general, the sprint training is having its effect. You can see the hairline is starting to grow about here. That's something that I'd started to disappear over the last few years. But in general, my hair is starting to grow. Um, Skin is looking tight. And even despite my junk food and pizza 2 days in a row um, last weekend, my skin still has a good glow on it. So it's a good benefit of the sprint training. Anyway, with that said, guys, that's my update. Take care and peace.